Hey everyone and welcome back to the Sports Section. So we've got some things to discuss. The team for the United States preseason tour has been revealed, and these are the names that are not mentioned. Petrovic, Trevor Chalobah, David Washington, Cesare Casadei, David Fofana, Humphreys, Gilchrist, and Kellyman. Now, two things we already know right now. Kellyman apparently has a slight injury. Perfect signing for Chelsea. We know that Petrovic also is a little bit injured, might join the team when he's fit. And all the rest here, well, all the rest are probably going to go on loan or be sold, especially this name right here, Trevor Chalobah. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that situation, but let's first start with some other transfer stories out there. Victor Osimhen. Negotiations between PSG and Napoli for Osimhen not advancing after recent talks. PSG rejected to include Kang In Lee in the deal and will not trigger the release clause as Napoli wanted. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. As long as he doesn't sign for them, we still have a tiny chance to sign him. Of course, we first have to sell Lukaku. Well, we first have to agree to sell Lukaku to Napoli, but then again, Napoli will only buy Lukaku when they sell Osimhen, so it's going to be quite an interesting story. Then some Chelsea news here. Another signing, another youngster signed, a player we've talked about, Caleb Wiley from the United States. So he signed for Chelsea, will move to Strasbourg on loan after the Olympics, plan confirmed. It follows Stream strategy as Andre Santos for Chelsea to send Wiley to Strasbourg. Same style of play and consistency is key after he spoke with new coach Rossinoir or Rossignor, whatever you want to call it. It's the Hull City manager or ex-Hull City manager. Again, I do believe that this is a better plan because Strasbourg, let's face it, were not a good team. So sending our, let's say, potential good players to strengthen that team makes more sense because otherwise you're just sending Andre Santos to Strasbourg, a bad team that will probably perform badly. Even though he might perform well, it doesn't really help the cause much. By increasing the chances of Strasbourg actually doing something next season, I do believe that their progress, that their performances will become better as well. Then finally, we managed to get rid of Malang Sarr. He leaves Chelsea as free agent by terminating the contract and is signing for RC Lens. It's over between Sarr and Chelsea. Finally, of course, free agent, so we don't care. But the wages, I believe he was getting 120,000 per week or something like that. So it's quite a lot of money in my opinion. The last one here before we jump into the main topic of this video. So apparently, this is just a report from Gazzetta Italy. Chelsea and Tottenham are two Premier League clubs keeping an eye on Federico Chiesa's situation at Juventus. I think Chelsea's name will always get mentioned, so it gets some traction, so maybe there is going to be a bidding war. But to be honest, I don't see this one happening, although if we're still looking for a player on the left side of the pitch attacking-wise, yeah, it could be an option, but he's also quite injury-prone. But quality player nonetheless. Reality speaking here, I don't think we're going to sign him. And now let's talk about the Trev Chalobah situation. So Chelsea told him to stay at home and not travel for pre-season. Tough call, but club feels squad is heavy with Wesley Fofana, Axel Disasi, Tosin Adarabioyo in that position, and Josh Ashwangpong will travel for the US tour as club want to take a good look at him. I'm very happy that Josh is coming. I'm very happy that other youngsters are coming as well. Maybe they'll get their chance to prove themselves for next season, even though we know they're not going to be starters. We have plenty of games for them to play. Now, with regards to the situation for Chalobah, to be honest, very disrespectful. Yes, I know we have Disasi, we have Fofana, and the problem already started back then. The problem started when we spent a lot of money on buying Fofana, because it already put another obstacle in front of Chalobah. Not only did Fofana cost us a lot of money, but he doesn't play either. With Axel Disasi, you can say, okay, we paid a decent amount, not that much for him, but at least he plays for us. Sometimes he doesn't really have that good of a performance, but overall, I think we can count on him as a player for the first team. But then again, we knew this was going to happen. We knew Chalobah is playing in that same position. We knew something was going to change. We also know that if he gets sold, it's pure profit since he comes from the academy. And to be honest, if you wanted to sell him, then okay, sell him. Now he's still on a long-term contract, so it really feels like the club is extremely disrespectful towards Trev Chalobah. They are basically trying to push him out of the club. I mean, if I were him, I would definitely find a club that will respect me, that will let me play week in, week out, and then prove my doubters wrong. That's just the way I'm thinking about this. I think quality-wise, he's quite decent. Is he a starter for us? No, maybe not. I would still start this as actually I would still start Tosin and Colwill over anyone there, but I don't know. I feel that especially with the new ownership, a lot of the youngsters that have been at the club a long time, there is no, maybe that's just the ruthlessness of the business, but there is definitely no protection, no respect towards their history with the club, I would say. But then again, it's a ruthless business. If we manage to sell him for, I don't know, 25, 30, even though I would definitely love for a club to ask a bit more money, it's pure profit that we can invest in other positions, in other players. So yeah, remains to be seen what happens. But yeah, if we look at the next story here, it's another potential signing, potential transfer here. It's with regards to the goalkeeper saga. So we did talk a little bit about other goalkeepers. Actually, we did talk Filip Jorgensen, I think a couple of weeks ago. So exclusive here from Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea make initial approach for Villarreal's Filip Jorgensen as potential new goalkeeper. Talks started on player side with Swedish goalkeeper keen on move. Early stages, he's one of 4 names under consideration. He's also just 22 years old. Mats Hermansson from Leicester City also appreciated. No talks with Mamardashvili. I believe maybe Valles from Las Palmas could be another option. And then Bulka as well, as we've covered in the last video. I don't know much about him. He's young, he's tall. Is he the right profile? I don't know. To be honest, at this point, I don't really care. Then, looking at the Chelsea squad, by the way, this is the new Brazil jersey with Thiago Silva at the back, even though he retired internationally. It's a pretty cool, pretty nice, decent jersey, which is very, very familiar to the new Chelsea kit. You will see the patterns once you buy the new kit. It's quite similar. So, I don't know. I like this one. Maybe I like the Chelsea one as well when I'll get it. Anyways, moving to the list here. So for goalkeepers, we've got Sanchez, Bettinelli, Beach, and Bergstrom. Okay. No Petrovic, as I said. Small injury, might join later down the line. But then again, if we're looking for a new goalkeeper, then maybe he might never join. So yeah, that remains to be seen what happens. Then defenders, we've got Fofana, Vega, Colwill, Disasi, Tosin, Achampong, Badiashile, Reece James, Malo Gusto, and Ben Chilwell. To be honest, not that many surprises other than Chalobah. Midfielders, Ogochukwu, this is a surprise to me because I thought we would be sending him on loan. Same with Andre Santos, like I said yesterday or 2 days ago. I see zero reason why players that are going on loan are coming with us in preseason. Probably because if they did not join, then we only have 3 midfielders. So I guess maybe that's the reason. But then again, the other ones that went on international competition will come back after their break. So the other ones here are Romeo Lavia, Dewsbury Hall, and Carney Chukwuemeka. Forwards, bigger list here, Sterling, Tyreek George, Mudryk, Angelo, Madueke, Nkunku, Gui, Broya. Armando Broya is coming to preseason, and Nicholas Jackson. So yeah, I mean, I'll do a separate video about players that are on my watch list, my top 5 players to watch for next season, not for the preseason. For the preseason, my sole focus is definitely on the formation and the system that we're playing. And then second is probably having a first look at the new signings. So Dewsbury Hall, Mark Gui, and even the players that barely played last season, right? So Nkunku, Lavia, these types of players, Tosin definitely as well, and then the youngsters. So Achampong is one that I will keep an eye on very, very closely for preseason. I believe the price for a preseason game, live stream, is £5 per game. I mean, not only do we have to wake up in the middle of the night, but we then have to pay per game £5 or $5, whatever. Quite greedy, in my opinion. Quite greedy, but okay. I'll try and wake up. Maybe even do a live stream, but that really depends on how well I'm feeling and how good of a sleep I was getting right before. But yeah, this is the list. Of course, Palmer, Gallagher, all of those. Well, Gallagher depends if we're not selling him as well. They will all join later down the line. So that's about it. Do share your thoughts and predictions down in the comment section below. Thoughts about the Chalobah situation. Let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, notification bell on, do all of that. Would really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.